good evening to all our viewers that have just joined us live from Laguna Seca, the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. This is round number 7 of the online Outlaws, and live now from free practice. So quite a bit of time still to go for the main race of the evening. But if you've just joined us, hello and welcome. From myself, Sean Peters, and the team that are based here in Cape Town to make this broadcast possible, we just want to say a warm welcome to you guys. Well, it's been a crazy couple of days from last week, Thursday, all the way until Tuesday evening. Been out on the mic in one form or another. Our sister racing league on Thursday evening, then all the way to Hermanus for some amazing outdoor activities and getting some MC time, getting some time on the mic for the last 4 or 5 days. But good to be back in the studio, and we're on board with RTA Stiginator. That's Alan van Graan, and just watching him get a bit of air, as you'll see on your screen now. Right, there we go. One viewer currently. Hello to you. Drop us a line, let us know who you are. And 37 minutes left of free practice. On board currently, car number 18, that Mercedes-Benz AMG of Alan van Graan, based here as well in Cape Town. And just getting all our sound and stream all sorted out. If you'd like to join me in studio, let me know. We'd love to be able to chat to you. Get a hold of me. Just drop me a line, inbox me on any one of my social streams. Or like to chat to you, or just on our current live stream, just drop me a message. Current points leader, RTA Donkey 27, Stefan Wessels. Skitty 1 has just pulled back in the pits. We'll go over to our point standing in just a little while. Alan our pace, Kaden Mauer. Always great to see this young man around. Love the sound of this out of his. So also very far into point standings after 6 rounds. I'm going into round 7 here at Laguna Seca. Eleanor Pace, Kaden Mauer having a very, very good season in the first of its kind, the Online Outlaws Esports official sim racing. Another one of our wildcard entries this season. I'd like to see this young gentleman coming on board. Car number 488. Beautiful Ferrari GT Evo. Back to the Stiginator. Let's see what he's doing. Not too far off the pace today. Donkey setting a 123, so currently in P1. We haven't gone to official quali yet. Let's pop over to Joburg-based Alwyn Sykes. 8 rider, driver in the Bentley. Oh, there we go. I've been spending too much time with mountain bikes again. Great driver, not a rider. Alvin, if you can hear me, great to always see you at the racing. And of course, what a gentleman and a sponsor extraordinaire to the series. He has done some major work getting the RDSA guys on board. Black Ribbon Simulators, Richard and his team. Thanks, Alvin. We appreciate that. We appreciate sponsors coming on board after what was a crazy year and a month already. Right on to RTA Werner 77. Nice one, Werner. Good to see you back on circuit. Round number 7 if you've just joined us. Right, back on board with our number 2 in points, in overall points. Eleanor Pace, car number 11. And let's just have a listen to this car. Right, back on board with Sean Skitter. known as the Skitty one, currently in P2 in points, or in terms of his time-wise at the moment. And if I talk a bit of madness, I have been surviving on very little sleep and loads of time in the sun in beautiful Hermanus here in South Africa, just outside Cape Town, about an hour and a half outside of Cape Town. Beautiful adventure sport weekend. Back in the studio here in Cape Town tonight. And if you've just joined us, I hope you're okay. I hope you've had a great long weekend here in South Africa. Celebrating Freedom Day today. So if you are tuning in from anywhere else in the world, South Africa just celebrating Freedom Day today. This is round number 7 of the Online Outlaws eSIM Racing Series. We're at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, and just over 3.5 kilometers long this circuit, with that number 2, the official number 2 turn, that Andretti hairpin. Very tricky, especially in the start of the race on cold tires. You get down there at quite a pace. You get that little kink called turn 1 into turn 2, Andretti hairpin, and then you got to quickly line up the car for turn number 3. So it's critical to get things right in that first hairpin called the Andretti hairpin. The famous Mario Andretti. If you don't know who that is, Google and find out. Yeah, it was a famous Formula One driver, and then moving on to IndyCar, where he won many races and many titles. Then up to turn number 4, hard into turn 4, you can really get some pace through there. Then you head up onto a left-hander that takes you up the hill to turn 6. Clip the curb on turn 6. Then through the Rahal Straight, Rail Racing, very famous racing team in IndyCar, into the probably the most famous corner of them all, the corkscrew that comprises of turns 7, 8, and 8A. As you kink through that corkscrew, and there you'll see it now on your screen in just a second. On board the Ferrari, you see how he comes up to the rise, and there we go through the corkscrew. That's a very sharp downhill section into Rainey Curve. Wayne Rainey, the famous 500cc MotoGP world champion many years ago. If anyone remembers that, give me some dates as to when he took those titles. And if you can remember, they used to race 2-stroke 500 machines back in the day. And if I'm not mistaken, he had the Marlboro Yamaha. And if I'm wrong, try and just send me a message in the comments section below. It would be great to hear from you guys. But I'm pretty sure my stats are correct. I might just have to rely on my good friend Google. But if memory serves me correct, Wayne Rainey, and that's where that corner comes from. Then into turn 10, and then lining yourself up very quickly for that hard left-hander. In fact, you got to get down to first in these GT cars, GT3 cars. You need to jump down all the way into first gear to line yourself up for the main straight. And basically, that is your lap of the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Out of California. And as I said earlier, quite an interesting raceway, built in 1957, just outside of Salinas and Monterey, California. 3.6 kilometers long. and 180 feet or 55 meters elevation. And then that downhill plunging corkscrew, turns 8A and 8A, variety racing exhibition and entertainment events are held at this raceway, all the way from supercarts to FI Grade 2 racing. And for those who want to know some interesting facts, the name Laguna Seca in Spanish means dry lagoon. It gets hot out there. Check out the tank temperatures as they sitting on about 22 degrees Celsius at the moment, with 23 minutes of free practice left. So folks, if you just joined us, we're just chatting some general knowledge questions. We're talking about the Andretti hairpin. That's turn number 2. That's that very tight 180 degree turn number 2, and you'll see it up on your screen now as we head down the main straight. This is turn 1 coming up now. It's a little kink in the road basically, and then the Andretti hairpin, bend, and you got to line up the car right, get it onto the apex, slow in, fast out, but then you got to jump on the brakes to set yourself up for turn number 3. Turn 4, you see, nice and easy through there. You can really get on the gas. Then set yourself up for turn 5. Nice and easy through there. Now you start climbing. This is where the elevation gain comes from as you get up to turn 6. Right, you'll go into a very short straight. This is called the Rail Straight. And Rail Racing, very famous racing team in the States. Into the famous corkscrew. There you go. And it looks like we're going to lose the feed there. Back onto the skitty one. Sean Skidder, the Lone Ranger in the McLaren. Up on your screen now. So Sean Skidder, a lot of these guys do tune into the live feed, so I talk to them as if they might be listening to me. So Sean Skidder, how's it, my man? Good to have you out there. Car number 13. That's the only McLaren in the field. And very shortly, we're going to cross over to a young man from Plumstead, Cape Town. There we go, up on screen now. Alan van Graan. Well, just looking down at the points, one of our guys have just let us know that he might have to withdraw, unfortunately. Anton Repsol Racing out of Johannesburg. As we're live and on board with the Stiganator, RTA Stiganator, car number 18. Let's just go and have a look at those points very quickly again. You can see that point standing. I'm going to get it up onto the screen very, very shortly. So we're going to go back to him now in just a second. And Carl Oosthuizen, how's it, Carl? Not making it this evening, man. We're going to miss you. We've got Anton Repsol out. We've got Carl Oosthuizen also not out at the moment. And just letting me know that Donkey, up on your screen at the moment, is 1 point away from being champion. So if he gets the pole today, he is our season 1 champion. He's been consistent. He's been fluid all the way through the season, and always just makes it work. And I think he's got a lot of time on his hands. Puts a lot of practice in. It's like any sport. You've got to put the time in. You've got to prepare, and you've got to have some understanding of what the car is doing, what your sim is doing. And of course, that's what makes a champion. Carl, sorry to you that you're not joining us, bud. I know it's been rather quiet lately. We've all been quite busy. Right, I'm going to leave you guys with the cars for just a couple of seconds. Got to dash out and get some stuff for the old throat and some water. It's been 5.5 solid days of talking, and it's time to rest the throat after this until next week. Well, this weekend, in fact. Some more live racing coming on board now. So let's just leave it on RTA Donkey, our points leader at the moment. If there's anyone else joining us, let us know where you viewing us from, what part of the country, what part of the world. And I asked earlier, if you see that one turn that the guys go through, it's called the rainy turn. So if anyone can give me some info on Mr. Wayne Rainey, well, I remember him racing 500cc two-stroke MotoGP bikes. And I'm trying to just gather what year or what years he was champion. So try not to go to Google. I can do that myself, but if you can just leave your comment below, let me know when he took those titles. It was a Marlboro Yamaha, if I'm not mistaken. I'd love to have my brother on board. We used to sit and watch this as, well, I was a much younger lighty than my butt. We used to sit and watch this when we could. On a Sunday, the great, great days of motorsport. 500 GP bikes were the business. I'm going to leave you just for a short while, about a minute, while I run and grab some ice cold water, and I'll be back with you in just a second. Well, that's it, folks. End of our session. We're going to go into our qualifying, and this is where it's going to get very, very interesting. Let's see what happens. We are going to go through to our point standing in just a second as I refire up the server. In fact, we might be able to stay on board and watch our qualifying before we reset. As our cars leave pit lane, let's just have a look on your screen. Back to qualifying. We're 4 minutes in fact 4 minutes left. Here we go, 4 minutes left. It's going to be back on your screen now. We're going to see what our race leader over the last 7 races is doing. Up in the visuals now, Kayla now. We're going to go back to the donkey. There we go, RTA donkey, Stefan Wessels. Remember, as I said, if he takes it tonight, he is 1 point away from being a champion. And I tell you what, if he gets pole, which you look at the time there, he's on a 1:22.8. If he takes it, he's a season 1 champion. So celebrations will start happening from this evening. Remember, our final race in 2 weeks' time from a circuit that I have been around. I have watched some racing out there, as we see Stefan not getting things all together right. He's obviously still testing. Let's go back to Mr. Pace. He's also in pits. There he goes, out of pits at the moment. You'll see it on your screen in just a second. There we go. Out of pits. Let's see the time that he puts in. He is only 0.08 of a second slower. So you might want to put in a quick lap as he exits. You'll see my good friend Alan van Kraan passing there. There we go, up on your screen now. As I was saying, 2 weeks' time, we will be heading to Kyalami Race Circuit. And not sure what just happened, but the guys are qualifying, so they might want to put down some very hard laps and they could get things very wrong. Let's jump on board with our co-sponsor from Semcrete, the one and only Mr. Alwyn Sykes. It looks like all the guys are just having such a rough time on this track at the moment. Well, Carl stays and let us know that he's not making it tonight. Our good friends from Joburg all seeming to not be feeling okay. I hope you guys aren't sick. Let us know. Drop a comment. Let us know how you're feeling. Right, only 1 minute to go. And at the moment in P1 is our current leader over the last 6 races, RTA Donkey. So points standings, very important now. So as I go and refresh the server, I'll let you guys ponder on those points. Some very consistent guys out there the last couple of weeks. In fact, all the way from Feb, finishing next week, the second week of May. So it's been a good season, some great racing, and nobody seems to have changed those times. Let's go back to Eleanor Pace, and as he comes across the line, let's just see that last lap of his. Hasn't made any changes to that lap time. Right, that's the end of quali. And officially, car number 27, Stefan Wessels, RTA. Donkey 27 is in P1, P2, Eleanor Pace, and P3, Skitty 1. I'm going to just drop away from your visuals. right, folks, welcome to our official race. As you see the clouds moving over the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca for round number 7. It's a Tuesday evening. It's been a beautiful, beautiful long weekend here in Cape Town. And let me tell you, we're in for some exciting racing. To all our viewers that have just joined us, thank you very much for taking your time out on a Tuesday to watch some eSIM racing as Stefan Wessels pulls out. To what could be an incredible race. 11 turns. One of the quickest tracks in the world. One of the most exciting to watch as they head up to turn number 2 on their parade lap or their warm-up lap. That's the Andretti hairpin, 180 degrees of it. As they head up to turn 3. Nice quick into turn 3. Then number 4. You'll see it now. They can get onto the pace as we see RTA Donkey, Eleanor Pace in second. Visuals on my good friend, the RTA Stiganator. All right, Semcrete, one of our amazing sponsors. You'll see now, there he comes up on your screen at the moment in the Bentley, the one and only Bentley out on the circuit. And our guys just keeping their pace. Small field tonight. It is Freedom Day here in South Africa. There might be a couple of guys that are taking some time out with their family and unfortunately missing tonight's race. As I said, very small field. And please, if you are not racing, join us in the live feed. Chat to us. Let us know what's going on and give us an indication on who your favorite driver might be. There we go. Turn 10 as they line up for turn 11, just after pit entry. And this is where the adrenaline starts peaking as they come out. Let's see what happens. Right, and there we go. The green flag is out. Stefan Wessels, Kalen Mauer, and up on your stream at the moment, you'll see them coming through the Andretti hairpin. The order unchanged at the moment. Through turn 3 on board with Stefan Wessels. You'll see all the cars coming past us. There we go, Alan van Graan. And new to the Mercedes-Benz, so just having a little bit of a teething season, if you want to call it that. Season 1 being a bit of a teething process. And a sprint race here this evening. So if you just joined us, a warm welcome through the corkscrew for the first time. Well, welcome back, folks. It might have felt like an eternity. It certainly did on this side. You're at round number 7 live from WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. We're on board with RTA Donkey, current point standing leader, and making pole position again today. RTA Donkey 27. So apologies, folks. We lost the feed for a second or two. We're back up and running. We're back in the thick of the racing here from Laguna Seca as RTA Donkey heads up onto turn number 11 into the straightaway. Beautiful, beautiful conditions. You'll see the track temperature, though, is very, very low, 13 degrees. So tire temperature is critical. And in our pace, you can see him also out there currently in second place, about 3.8 seconds behind RTA Donkey. It's Kalen Mao in the Audi car number 11. There we go, on board with him now. Also in third place today, a guy that's had a great season, wild card, car number 488 RTA AC Mutwa 04. And believe it or not, folks, I still haven't got his name. Right. In fourth position, Mer Tempo. I'm going to scroll over to him in just a second. Mr. Mer, all the way from Austria. Also very consistent. He's been at every race. Thanks to you for being here. We do appreciate it. And I'm going to move on to a co-sponsor to the series. And the gentleman of the sport, Mr. Alwyn Sykes from Semcrete. On board with him now. The Lone Ranger in the Bentley, or what he refers to as the Boatley. Skitty one, Sean Skitter. Not too sure what happened in those first 2 or 3 laps. We lost the feed, or at least lost the server on my side. So he dropped back somewhere. Something could have gone wrong because he had a very good quali. Vadner 77, good to see him out here. Also in a Ferrari GT3 Evo. And currently lying 7th. Quickly jumping over to, you'll see it on your screen there now, is also one of our co-sponsors to the series, Adam van Kraan from Plumstead, Cape Town, out in the AMG Mercedes-Benz. And as I said to you, it has been a bit of a baptism of fire for him this year, or at least this season, the first of the online Outlaws esports racing. Fairly new to this car still, and currently lying in 8th position. We've had a couple of withdrawals, unfortunately, last minute. Carl Westhuizen, RTA Safa, Trudy are missing you out here, bud. And of course, Anton Repsol, well, you know he's not here because you don't see the car, and it's so sad not to have Anton Repsol. Also just not feeling up to speed. Maybe the guys have got a bit of a cold or flu. Let us know. Just drop us some info on the feed. Drop your comments below if there's anyone joining us. I see quite a few viewers currently watching us live. Pop a hello. Let us know where you're viewing us from. If there's anyone international, let us know where you're watching us from. I'm going to pop us back to race leader. RTA Donkey 27. Now, as Carl mentioned, and you can see on the feed there, if Donkey is on point tonight, which he is, he will win season 1 today because he's going to rack up enough points to make him champion. And there you go, into turn 11, back onto the straightaway here at Laguna Seca, now known as the WeatherTech Raceway. hard on the brakes. You can hear that Ferrari gearing down into the Andretti hairpin. That's turn 2. Back on the gas for turn number 3. Turn 4 is a very, very quick right-hander. You can really plant it down there, and as you can see on the Ferrari, just keeping the gas down. Heading to turn 5. Now this is where the elevation gain starts. There's a big climb up to turn 6. Just bring it right in over here. Take it as wide as you can. Bring it in. Clip the curb. The rails straight into the famous corkscrew. You'll see go through turn 7. Hop into 8. In just a second. There we go. 8A. It's a right-hander. That's your quickest elevation drop comes through here. The rainy curve. And I was chatting during our qualifying or pre-qualifying and just saying, if anyone can remember Wayne Rainey, drop us a note. If you were around already when Wayne Rainey was racing that beautiful GP 500. It was a 500cc 2-stroke machine back in the day, Marlboro colors. If anyone can remember that, drop me a note. Don't worry, we won't give your age away. All right. Still on board with RTA Donkey 27. Let's go to Kalen Mauer. Also, a great guy to watch and a great car to listen to. Car number 11, the Audi Quattro, that beautiful sounding machine. All right, quite a few viewers watching us now. How's it, guys? Welcome to round number 7 here from the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. If you haven't yet heard where we're broadcasting from, well, in fact, I'm broadcasting from Cape Town. Let us know where you're watching from. And I see the chat group is extremely quiet. No one really at the party. I think maybe a bit of a long weekend for most people. Well, I can tell you something. I've had Thursday, we had some broadcasting, had some chatting on the GTSA scene, Gran Turismo racing. Then straight out to Hermanus, just outside Cape Town, about 2 hours out of Cape Town, for a festival of extreme sporting. 4 days of that. Got home about 2.5, 3 hours ago, grabbed a quick bite to eat, and then started with the broadcast. So it's been a magical, magical ride. So if you've joined us, let us know on the comments below the stream. Tell us where you are streaming in from and where you're watching the stream from. Currently on Alinar Pace in car number 11. We're going to move over to RTA AC Matwa 04. He's currently in P4. You see him coming up to turn number 6. They climb up to the rails straight. It's a very short straight. And through the corkscrew. Drop down, pick up loads and loads of speed here, runs it wide, and that's exactly what you need to do. Bring it in, set it up for turn 10, get onto the little rumble strip that side, and then set it up for turn 11. That's your final turn here at Laguna Seca. Back on to the throttle, feed it through as you get up the main straight. Looks like Skitty One has made up 1 or 2 positions. We're going to cross over to him in just a second. We can watch what he's doing. There we go, on board with the Skitty One. Sean Skitter, Joburg based, and the only McLaren out there. Going down the main straight. Slight kink, that's turn 1. into the Andretti hairpin. This is turn 2. So still on board. If you've just joined us with the Skitty one, McLaren, car number 13. Sean Skitty is his real name. And having made up 1 or 2 points after a bad start, we lost the feed for a while. But we're back on board now. If you've just joined us, we're at round number 7 of the online Outlaws eSports Sim Racing. This is our official league. And this is season 1. Coming up to the second to last round, and in 2 weeks time we go to what is a lot of favorites. Certainly is my favorite, Kyalami, up in Joburg, Midrand, or just past Midrand in fact. Kyalami State, beautiful area. Haven't been up there in a while, but it managed to get 1 or 2 laps around there many years ago, when I worked for another tyre company, not Pirelli unfortunately, but I had some laps in a BMW around Kyalami circuit back in the day. And if you are following us and you're watching us, let us know what you think of Kyalami circuit. Have you been up there? Have you raced it? Have you been in a race car? Have you been in a pace car? Have you been in a standard production car perhaps? Let us know. I see our stream is exceptionally quiet, and from talking to possibly over 1,000 people per day this weekend, I feel a bit lonely in the studio, guys. Let me know if you're listening in. The joys of broadcasting from a little studio in Cape Town. I don't get to see anybody. All right, RTSA Donkey, 14 laps in. 9.5 minutes to go. If he holds on to this, he possibly, unofficially, will be our season 1 champion as we go on board with our number 2 car at the moment, and in the points lying second as well. It's Eleanor Pace, another great, and I could call him a gentleman of the sport. He's always commenting on other races that he's not a part of. He gives us feedback. He gives us great stats. So, Kalen, always great having you on board, my man. And I hope you get to watch this feed later. Right, and here's a surprise, making it up into 3rd position. Mr. Mer Tempo from Austria in the second of our Audis. Car number 10. RTA AC Mutua is chasing hard. He lost that position. Skitty one, Sean Skitter, also having a great race this evening. Quiet race, only 8 entries this evening. Less than half the field out there today. Right, we're going to cross over to Alvin Sykes, the only Bentley this season. There we go. And you see at the same time Sem Crete up on the screen in our sponsors box. Race. Track art, there we go. Jamtech Projects. Cool to have all our sponsors scrolling across the screen there. The guys that have put into the season, whether it be prizes, whether it be, there we go, TGN Racing Simulators, some prizes from them. It's just some of what they do. As we're still on board with Alvin 80. Car number 25, the Bentley, Alvin Sykes. aka the gentleman. Now, let me tell you, it must be a public holiday because Tyron Sykes usually has lots and lots to say on the comment line, and I see absolutely nobody there. So 7 minutes to go. Then we've got another half an hour of it. And then that will be an end of 6 days back to back on a microphone. Right, we're going to move away from Alwyn Sykes to RTA Verdner Pretorius, car number 77, the Audi, running it very, very wide. Managing to hang on. Those Pirellis starting to get loads and loads of heat as he is 15 laps into his race. Race temperature has increased from 13 degrees up to 15 degrees. That will play a role with tires. But remember, 2 sprint races, so no pit stop. All right, we're going to cross over to another one of our co-sponsors, RTA Stiginator. Alan van Graan. He usually has a fan base watching. They're also very quiet. I take it the guys have all been mountain bike riding and they're tired. You see they were up at Takai probably today. And great seeing another one of our racing crew, Alroy Watkins. He was out yesterday, his daughter competing in her second triathlon. So well done, Alroy, and well done to your daughter. Right back to our race leader, and if you are a betting person like I am, I'm going to put my money on the donkey. He is going to take season 1. And the donkey gets it wrong. That is a first for the season. He's put some damage on to the left-hand side of that car. He's back on circuit. But Stefan Wessels, and you can see that car is not handling well at the moment. Getting it all wrong. The car is all over. There we go. He's back off. And there are problems. Well, the curse of the commentator, Stefan Wessels. Let's hope he can get it home, which he should be able to. No, Eleanor Pace has now taken first position. There we go, up in first now. As the first official mistake of the season, where he could have taken it. Man, oh man. What went wrong there? Maybe a slight bit of lapse in concentration, perhaps. We'll obviously catch up with Stefan after the race. So, Caleb now, Eleanor Pace, just consistency is key. And he's going to make this one work for him. Down the corkscrew and possibly his second last lap. pop back to RTA Donkey 27. Let's just see what's going on. You can see there's a lot of damage on that car. There we go. Down the corkscrew he goes. He's going to limp this car home to second place, but it is going to make points interesting at the moment. Stiganator just moving out of his way here. There you go. Look how clean that is. Well done, Mr. Stiganator. That's what you got to do. The blue flag letting second place RTA Donkey through in the Ferrari. Let's go back to Kalen. There we go, on lap number 20. A beautiful, beautiful ride from Kalen Mauer this evening. Car number 11, the Audi, on your screen at the moment. Rises up to turn number 7, throws it into 8. As he goes down the corkscrew, the camera just not getting that setup for turn 8. But here he comes through the rainy curve, rainy corner. And it is possible that he should be able to get another lap out of it. Yes, he does. So one more lap out at WeatherTech Raceway, the Laguna Seca Raceway out in California. Myself, Sean Peters, I'm in the studio in Cape Town. RTA Donkey just getting it all wrong about 2 laps ago. Not sure what happened. We'll catch up with him after the race to find out what went wrong. RTA AC Matwa in 3rd place now, so going to pick up a podium position tonight in race 1 here from Laguna Seca. Let's quickly scroll back to Eleanor Pace in the Audi, and shortly, very shortly, you'll see him coming up for that corkscrew section again, the infamous corkscrew. There we go, up on screen at the moment. Through that right-hander, back into the rainy curve, sets the car up for another right-hander. Turn 10, he's going to come through to turn 11, and he will be picking up the checkered flag. In fact, I think the first of the season. So well done. There we go. You're going to see it very shortly. There we go. There's the checkered flag. Well done. Kayla Mauer, Eleanor Pace, car number 11, the Audi, taking its first win. An exceptional job today. Right, we're going to go back to... Yeah, it looks like Donkey 27 also across the line. He's back in pits already. All the guys coming through to finish up race number 1. There you go, in pits already. In second place, RTA Donkey, followed by RTA AC Matwa, Skitty 1 in 4th, Mertempo 5th, Alvin 80, Alvin Sykes in 6th, and Vadner Pretorius finishing 7th. RTA Stiganator, Alan van Kraan, out in 8th. Well done to all our guys. Stay tuned. We're going to go into race number 2 here from the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. It's a Tuesday night. If you have joined us, thank you very, very much. To those who haven't, well, you've missed out some great racing. We've got some incredible action coming up because the points are on the board at the moment. We're going to cross over to a couple of our sponsors and we'll get us back here very, very shortly. Right, let's see. It looks like RTA Donkey. Well, he came second. He lost the back end of that Ferrari with about 2.5 laps to go as he exits pit lane. You'll see the Stiganator who just left me a comment saying, "How's it, Shawnee?" How's it, Al? His first ever season in the Mercedes-Benz. And in our pace, putting the quickest time on the board at the moment, 1:23.5. And as I said, if you just joined us and you didn't see race number 1, Stefan Vessel's 2.5 laps to the checkered flag, lost the back end of that Ferrari, retained second position, but let Eleanor Pace go into the lead. Stiganator saying, "Hello, Kylie Minogue." Yeah, pop star from the 80s and 90s, all the way through to now. And if you've just joined us, we're talking about some of the names of the turns on the 11-turn circuit here at the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. The Andretti, Mario Andretti, if you remember him, drop us a note. And then the famous corkscrew, and then they head into the Rainey curve. Now, if you remember Wayne Rainey, let me know, and you can watch the stream, but let me know what bike he raced and what titles he won, and getting the naming rights of that curve. The Rainey curve. I'll give you a heads up. It was a GP or MotoGP, the old MotoGP days. So if you can let me know what his claim to fame was, drop it in the comments below. Appreciate the feedback, and let's have some interaction while we are still in free practice. We have got 3 minutes 20 seconds to go. On board, Eleanor Pace for the first time since the series started way back in February. We've watched the RTA Donkey 27 dominate. Tonight, just either having a setup issue or losing the tire or grip somewhere along the circuit, and letting Eleanor Pace go through for a first in race number 1. Yeah, we're on board with him at the moment. Track temperature 23 degrees Celsius. Fairly low considering we are in the middle of California. Myself, Sean Peters, right here in studio with you, broadcasting from Cape Town. Let us know where you're watching. If there's any internationals, let us know where you're from. There we go. Eleanor Pace. Going to jump back into the pits very quickly. Let's see who else is out there. On board with the skitty one. Currently put the second fastest timing in free practice. There we go. On board with him in just a sec. Not much time left. So if it stays like this, we'll have P1 Eleanor Pace, P2 then they're going to qualify. I reckon Skitty one, he's had a good race in race 1. Coming up to 5 minutes past 9 Central Time here in Cape Town. Track temperature dropping by 1 degree in just 2 laps. 1 minute 5 seconds left in free practice. On board with the Skitty one. Well, we've got 40 minutes to go, 40 seconds to go. We've got RGA AC Motor up on screen at the moment. Let's see what the Stiganator is doing. Fourth place also. Remember, this is only free practice, but if he can make this work, and you'll see it on your screen now. Corkscrew just catching him out. There we go, at the top of the corkscrew, getting it wrong. Okay, that's the end of free practice. Well, folks, welcome back if you've just joined us. Race 2 coming up now as the sun sets on our race 2 here from Laguna Seca, the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. There you can see all the lights on RTA Donkey 27. That beautiful GT3 Evo, car number 27. What he had a not such a great ride in race number 1. Let's see if he makes a stick. He's got Eleanor Pace. Both of these guys, great sim races. And we're in for some exciting racing. Coming out through the rainy curve. And on your screen in just a second, you'll see them into turn 10. There we go. RTA Donkey, Eleanor Pace, just holding the guys together in the formation lap. All right, and we are going to wait for green. Oh, there we go. Green. The guys are all off. And now it's all about the Andretti hairpin, turn 2. And it looks like Eleanor Pace is going to take it. No, he doesn't. Moves out to the outside. Lets RTA Donkey take it from him. All still very closely bunched. Only 8 guys out there at the moment. So we're going to stay on board. RTA Donkey out in first place. Eleanor Pace in second. There you can see him coming past us now. The Skitty one in third. Guys coming up to the corkscrew. There you go. In your lens at the moment through the corkscrew. It is in P1 at the moment. RTA Donkey, if he takes this, he is our champion for season 1 of the online Outlaws e-sim racing. You can see him coming through the rainy bend. Eleanor Pace right behind him. Skitty one right there. Pit lane is open. Track temperature now at 14 degrees as the sun starts setting. Up through turn 4. Lights ablaze. There we go. The Donkey, Pace, Skitty one. Stiganator in 4th. Good to see him up there at the moment. Let's hope he makes it stick. Alan van Graan. Just looking at my other screen to see what the guys are doing. Donkey, Pace, first, second, Ferrari, Audi, Skitty one in the McLaren. And the race is on, folks. It doesn't get much tighter than this. Lining them up for turn 10. Throwing the car down into the final turn, turn 11. It's a first gear tight left-hander back onto the straight. So both first, second place around the Andretti hairpin. 180-degree turn to the left. Quickly through this section, this is turn 4. And as they come out of that turn back into a left-hander, that's turn 5, up the climb. That's your main elevation of the circuit. As they climb up to rails straight. It's a very, very short straight, but you can get a lot of speed as you come up the rise to the corkscrew. Turn 7, turn 8, and turn 8A through the corkscrew. It happens very quick. Then you drop off elevation very quick into the rainy curve. On board now with Alinar Pace chasing the donkey. Donkey out in first at the moment. And he has got to hold on to this. If anything changes here, it changes our points standing. Right, looking further down the line. Alwyn now taking 4th position away from the Stiganator. Let's just cross over to him. There we go. And as the darkness sets in for race number 2, you can see things get very tricky. It's all got to do with patience, consistency, making sure you're managing the tires. Let's see. Stiganator still in 5th now. There we go. We're going to get onto him in just a second. There we go. Stiganator on your screen at the moment. Car number 18, the AMG Mercedes-Benz. Looks like he has done some damage to the front end of that car. He was in 4th place. Now dropping down. We've lost 2 cars. I'm not sure where they've gone. RTA AC Mutwa still there. We've lost Mer Tempo, the Audi, and we've lost Vadner. Vadner Pretorius, car number 77, also out of field of play at the moment. I'm going to head on back very quickly to the dice up at the top of the end of the field. It is RTA Donkey 27, car number 27. And that's that Ferrari. You can see how dark it's got on circuit at the moment. The lights are blazing. And you can see the screen on their windscreen flashing the 001. That's their position number. And RTA Donkey not having the best race one. Something went wrong. 2.5 laps to go to the finish of that race. Alinar Pace right behind him, just over a second. Skitty one, 4 seconds behind that. And then Alwyn Sykes, about 14 seconds back off that. Now completely dark. You can see headlights on now. Brights go into overdrive. Those LED lights on the Ferrari doing what they're meant to do. You can see that Audi, those 2 center lights on the Alinar Pace. Kalen Mauer got some serious lights on the Audi. Car number 11. And you can just see it as they come past your screen. You can see how those lights change up. "22 minutes to go." Massive excitement as it all goes down to the wire now with points. Donkey still out in first at the moment. He's got to hold on to that first position. Alinar Pace right behind him. 1.3 seconds back. That's not much in it. And we saw the Donkey go wrong there earlier. You'll see he comes out very wide. Look there, he just basically gets that back wheel off the curb and onto that sand. It's very loose out there. And again, very exciting racing to all our viewers that have joined us. Thank you very much for round number 7 here at the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. It has gone to full brights on our cars. It is dark out there. We are 21 minutes to go. That's all we have. Track temperature down to 13 degrees. It starts playing with those tires at least. We don't need to stop for any pit stop. It is a sprint race. But anything can happen now. RTSA. My apologies. RTA Donkey 27. Stefan Vessel's out there at the moment. We're still on board with him. He's got to make this work to stay ahead of points. And he has just put another 0.500th of a second into LNR pace. But there you can see them in view of each other. Less than 2 seconds between the two cars. So, Ferrari, Audi, McLaren, Bentley, Mercedes-Benz, and another one of our Ferraris. So all our top brands being represented in the top 6 positions. We lost Werner somewhere along the line. Werner Pretorius, another one of our Ferrari drivers. And another one of the Audis, Mer Tempo from Austria, out this evening. Right, under 20 minutes to go. Sprint race heating up now. Donkey has just put another 100th of a second into it in that sector. So still P1 at the moment. P2 for LNR Pace. Skitty one in third. He'll be up on the podium if anything does not affect his race here this evening. Alvin Sykes in fourth in the Bentley. This does great for their points. Remember, he was currently lying in 7th overall. And some guys not pitching to race tonight will change those points dramatically. Right, so sun all the way down here at round number 7 from WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. If you've just joined us, you can see what I'm talking about. Lights ablaze, 002, the number on the windscreen of LNR Pace. He's in P2 at the moment. He's chasing. And just from my other monitor, it looks like he's got it wrong on the corkscrew. Yes, he has. And that's going to open up the gap for Donkey 27, RTA Donkey, Stefan Wessels. If he takes this one, he takes season number 1. He'll officially be season 1 champion. And rather excited for him, but rather disappointed that there's so little viewers that are going to witness such an incredible round number 7. This is race number 2. He lost it with 2.5 laps to go in race 1. We're not sure what went wrong with the car, and LNR Pace took first position. But now race 2, RTA Donkey out in first. Car number 27, that Ferrari. Well, we're on board with Eleanor Pace. Kalen Mauer, car number 11, the Audi. The headlights ablaze. Skitty one, Sean Skitter in third. Well, he's just over 20 seconds a lap slower than the donkey. You'll see him on the screen in just a short while. Here we go. As our camera focuses on it, there we go. It's very dark. You might not be able to see the cars. Now, if you can't see them, imagine what their view is like. You can see the lights on Skitty One's car. Not as good as Eleanor Pace. That Audi have just got their lighting properly sorted out. We're going to go through the field. In fourth place, Albert 80. That's Alvin Sykes. In the one and only Bentley. Stiganator right behind him. They're having a good dice. Stiganator, Alan van Graan. They're going to come up to the corkscrew now. They're neck on neck. 400th of a second between the two of them. Anything can happen right now. 15 minutes of this race left. Is Alan going to attack? Well, let's see what happens. Through the Wayne Rainey curve up to turn 11. That's your final turn as they head up into the straight. And from the looks of things, the Mercedes-Benz is very, very quick down the straightaway. They can come up to turn number 2. Andretti, hairpin. Let's see what happens here. And it looks like Stiganator gets it back. Yes, he does. Alvin Sykes running wide. Alan van Graan picking up that position. He wanted that 4th position back. He's got to make it work now. He's got to make it stick. There you go. On the windscreen of his car, 004. He's made up a position. And this will make a difference to his point standing going into our final round at Kalami in 2 weeks. There we go, through the corkscrew. On your screen now, you'll see him coming up to turn 7, then into 8. 8A, down into the rainy curve. You've got to hold on for dear life here as the car struggles to pick up grip. It's very quick through there. What has happened to Alvin? Well, there he is right behind him. These two guys have had a great, great race this evening in the dark from WeatherTech Raceway, the Laguna Seca Raceway out in California. And from myself, Sean Peters, man, oh man, this is super exciting stuff. We hardly get to see good racing like this. Well, only 6 cars out there at the moment. So the circuit is not overly jam-packed. And the guys just getting on with some proper racing. Well, we've seen Stiganator and Alvin 80 having a great battle this evening, and it's good to see this. Likewise, RTA Donkey currently in first place. Eleanor Pace in second. Pace taking race 1 here at Laguna Seca after a mistake from Donkey, or what could have been a mechanical with suspension. He might have clipped. We saw him run wide in turn 10. He got it very, very wide, got himself onto the grass. Let's go back to them as the Donkey now has put 7 seconds into Eleanor Pace in second. There we go. On board with him now. He's got 12 minutes and 25 seconds to just hang on to P1 and make history, as he'll take the first ever Online Outlaws Esports Season 1. And I'm very sad to say there's not many of us that's going to witness it live. We're seeing it absolutely live at the moment. You'll be able to watch the YouTube clip afterwards. But I am super excited to let you know that RTA Donkey, if all goes well, he's going to pick up the season title. The number one car, number one driver, the Ferrari, Stefan Wessels, is going to take it. Let's go back to number two. He's had a great, in fact, he's had a superb season. He had a great race one earlier here at Laguna Seca, picking up first place. It's Eleanor Pace. Kalen Mauer from Johannesburg. You can see the brights on this Audi. He probably has the best lights for nighttime. You see the glow from those exhaust pipes at the back of his car. You'll see it as he comes past. There we go. The camera captures it quite nicely in this GT3 car. Let's cross over to Skitty one with just under 11 minutes to go of race two from Laguna Seca, the WeatherTech Raceway out here in California. Myself, Shauna, coming from Cape Town in the studio. It is super exciting. I'm going to stand up out of my chair. Skitty one still in third place. RTA Stiganator and Albert 80 have had a great battle here on race two in the dark. And there we go, up on screen now, the Stiganator, car number 18, the MG from Plumstead in Cape Town. From the southern suburbs, RTA Stiganator, or AKA Alan van Graan. He's a great mountain bike, he's a great gentleman, also co-sponsor. Jamtech Projects being represented. Alwyn Sykes, the gentleman of the sport, being chased down by RTA AC Matwa. But Matwa getting it wrong and getting it very wide. And the Boatley retains its fifth position at the moment. Under 10 minutes of this race to go. It is now heating up. You can see the lights inside the car of the dashboard. Brake lights ablaze as Matwa is chasing hard in sixth place. He wants a top 5 result. Alwyn retaining it at the moment. Let's go back to our race leader and our point standing leader, RTA Donkey. As I said, if you've just joined us, good evening. You're into the last quarter of this race and you've missed some serious action. We've had RTA Donkey battling out with Eleanor Pace in second place. The Audi, car number 11, Skitty one in third place. Then RTA Stiganator, Alan van Graan and Albert 80 have had their own battle for 4th and 5th position. And great to see RTA Stiganator up in 4th. That's definitely going to change the point standing for him. He's had a rough season, his first season in GT3 cars and with ACC, Online Outlaws Esports Racing. This is season 1. This is race number 7 from Laguna Seca. And it's going to all go down to the wire this evening. And in our pace, let's go cross over to his car now. He's a good 6 seconds. In fact, he's made up some time. He's put a second in to RTA Donkey. Now, we saw what happened in race number 1, where with only about 2.5 laps to go, Donkey got it all wrong. So anything can happen. And Kalen Mauer knows that. So let's see what he does. It looks like he's just put another 1/100th of a second into that. So every sector, he is putting some time into it. Looking down at the points, and I'm going to cross over too quickly. It looks like Owen Sykes has lost that 5th position. RTA AC Mutwa has gone into 5th. Now, I'm not too sure what happened as I went through to Eleanor Pace. But let's hope Alvin, being Mr. Consistent, can pull it back again. It can happen. Right, I think it's time to stand. Right, only 7 minutes to go. It's going to go down to the wire. Back on with RTA Donkey 27, car number 27. It is the Ferrari of Stefan Wessels. Eleanor Pace right behind him. dropping another hundredth of a second, or putting at least a hundredth of a second into RTA Donkey 27. Stefan Wessels, we know that he got it wrong in race number 1 here. Anything can happen when it gets to the latter part of the race. The Ferrari's tires just seem to go off on the back, and if he gets it wide, he's going to throw the car off like he did in race number 1. Laguna Seca does not take the Ferraris, and I'm at a loss for words, just hoping that it all just works out for him. He is racing for a championship victory for season number 1 of the ACC Online Outlaws Esports Racing. If you've just joined us, welcome to our live stream this evening. It has been a fantastic one. We've seen some massive action at an R pace. Good racing this evening. Skitty one out there in 3rd place. RTA Stiganator 4th and holding on to it. So well done to you, Albert 80. He's back up into 5th position. Good going. I said that Mr. Consistency will pull that out. He's currently lying 7th in the points. This will definitely help him for his overall point standing. This evening we lost Carl Oosthuizen. In the other AMG Mercedes-Benz, we lost most of the guys from Joburg. I hope they're okay though. Anton Repsol also letting us know that he's unable to join us this evening. And beautiful in-car shot of LNR Pace coming past us with only 4 minutes and 50 seconds on the board. RTA Donkey on his 17th lap. LNR Pace only 6 seconds behind him, and I'm getting my words all muddled up as we get to the end of what was probably one of the best races this season. LNR Pace there. Caleb Mauer in the Audi, car number 11, has actually just put some more timing. I'm just waiting for it. There we go. He's made up another 1 second, maybe a little bit more. I'm just checking the times. Once again, anything can happen when you're under this type of pressure. Donkey wants the championships. He's going to take it, but anything can go wrong, and that will jeopardize the point standing. I think he's so far ahead in the points that we can cross over to that, but I think it's a little bit too exciting to cross over to any points at the moment. 3 minutes, 46 seconds to go. LNR Pace on board with him now as he comes up to turn 7. That's the corkscrew, the famous corkscrew. Turn 8A. He then goes through into the rainy curve. That's that curve there. Into turn 10. Nice and quick through that right-hander. And then you've got to get heavy onto the brakes for turn number 11 to get you back onto Main Straight. And on my screen, both of them through Main Straight. Donkey already going into Andretti curve. That's turn number 2. And a blue flag will come out for car number 25. That's Alwyn. He just needs to be mindful and jump out of the way. Let our current leader go through, and we'll watch what he does now. There you can see flashing lights. He wants to get past. The blue flag is out. Alwyn Sykes, being the gentleman, pulls over. There you go. He just drops out of the way and makes sure that the Donkey can make a clean pass. Well done, Alwyn. That's a true sportsman. Blue flag was out for you. 19 laps in, 2 minutes 25 on the counter at the moment. RTA Donkey 27, the Ferrari in first. LNR Pace in second, car number 11. Skiddy 1, car number 13, the McLaren in third position. RTA Stiganator, Alan van Graan, car number 18, the AMG Merc. It's great to have him in fourth position in the top 5. It's Alvin 80. It's Alvin Sykes and co-sponsor this evening, Sem Crete in 5th place with RTA AC Mutwa 04, the 488 Ferrari, currently in sixth position. I don't think things are going to change up much from here. We're going to go back to RTA Donkey. He's got 1 minute 43 on the clock. He's going to come up for one more lap. But this has been the most exciting night racing that I've seen. In fact, the most exciting racing I've seen this season. Pity we don't have the full complement of race drivers. Lots and lots of guys, I think they might be ill. We know that it's a long holiday or long weekend for most people here in South Africa. It is Freedom Day, so well, a happy Freedom Day to all the folks that did have a public holiday today. I hope you had a good one. And we have got 1 minute and 5 seconds on the clock. Quickly scroll over, coming through the corkscrew now. It's going to come up into your screen now. Eleanor Pace, Kalen Mauer in second position, car number 11. Well, he made a first in race one when RTA Donkey had a mishap with about 2 laps to go. If you've just joined us, I have mentioned that a few times. But if you've just joined us, a warm welcome you in the very last couple of seconds of the race. And RTA Donkey on his last lap now. There you go, leader on final lap. That's the indicator coming from race control at the moment. Eleanor Pace, car number 11, the Audi, in second place. RTA Stiganator now in third place. It's great to have him in the points in third position. The AMG, car number 18, I'm so proud of you. You got to make this thing work, my brother. It is Alan van Graan. And the excitement getting the better of me, thinking I'm live commentating. Well, that's what I get to see these guys, and I just get so excited. RTA Donkey at the moment. Eleanor Pace in third. RTA Stiganator, car number 18 in third position. Skitty 1, the McLaren, in fourth. And there we go. 0, 0, 0, 0 is the time on the board. We're on board with our race leader at the moment on 21 laps. RTA Donkey 27 coming up for turn number 10. He is hitting turn number 11. He's got traffic in front of him, but he's going to make this work. And if I'm not entirely mistaken, this makes him the champion. The lights are flashing. He has done it. There's the checkered flag. Well done to RTA Donkey 27. That Ferrari P1 this evening, and this will take him to a championship victory for season number 1. Well done to you. Eleanor Pace there in your screen now. And Eleanor Pace going to do a bit of a burnout. He's very happy with his second position. Now all the boys get in action. RTA Stiganator 18, car number 18, the AMG. Let's see what happens. We're on board with him now. He wants to hold on to third place. I'm super excited for this young man from Cape Town. It's dark there at the moment. The lights are on. You can see the damage to the front of his car. Down into the corkscrew. You'll see it happening in just a second. I'm on my other screen now. I'm seeing the live feed. Right, Stiganator. Can he hold on to it? Taking it very, very wide through turn number 10. Skitty 1 is all over the tail of him. Car number 18 is going to make this stick as they come down the main straight. Who's going to take it? Stiganator. He takes third position. There's the flag out for him. Skitty 1 in fourth. Well done, Alan van Graan. You have done it, my man. And a big, massive shout out to Alan van Graan. Super, super job. We're going to go back to Donkey. Well, the session has ended. So, folks, Donkey 27. That's Stefan Wessels, car number 27, in first place. As we see all the guys doing some donuts. Well, we know Alan van Graan's going to do some proper donuts. He's excited. Third place, and that's the first time that he is on a podium position in this season. So well done, and we suspect that we'll see him a little bit more from next season, season 2. Remember, massive, massive racing from Kyalami right here in South Africa in 2 weeks' time. Don't miss out. You're in for some exciting, exciting racing as Donkey has taken the championship for Season 1 of the ACC Online Outlaws eSIM Racing League. And looking down at the Stiganator, still celebrating, but you can celebrate all night. That is his first ever third and on podium, and he is going to smash the champagne down. Eleanor Pace taking second after a good race 1, making stick in race 2, and only 4.5 seconds down from Donkey. So he was catching. If there was another 3 or 4 laps, he would have given him a proper dice. Well, from myself, Sean, and the rest of the crew, there you go. There's the fireworks going off in the background, not only for the Donkey, but also for Eleanor Pace, and then, of course, for the Stiganator, holding on to third position. A great job. As you see the fireworks going off in the background here at Laguna Seca, it has been a fantastic Tuesday evening, and probably the most exciting race. Skitty won in 4th, Albert 80 in the Bentley in 5th, and in 6th it was RTA AC Mutwa. We are going to sign off for now. It has been a fantastic race, guys. Kalen Mao, thank you very much. Second place this evening. You have done a fantastic job, and also just making a mention. But it has been a great race this evening. I tell you what, you have missed out a lot. If you haven't watched this, please tell your friends to grab the live feed. It will be on YouTube. So thank you very much for joining us. From myself, Shauno, I'm going to sign out. I'm going to let RT Donkey 27, Stefan Vessels, Eleanor Pace, and the Stiganator go off and celebrate their Tuesday evening. From myself, Shauno, cheers, guys. Sleep well, rest up, and we'll see you in the next couple of weeks.